Hello, it's John Neal here. It's Thursday, the 11th of July 2024, and I'm in Mancetter, near Nuneaton. Look, Roman Mancetter and Boudica, just outside the church in Mancetter. Let's go for a walk. Just going past Grammar Cottages, which were established in 1720, and they're retirement homes now, owned by the Warwickshire County Council. Then looking across the green to Mancetter Manor, which was and may still be owned by the Lloyds family of Lloyd's chemist. But I'm heading off down Mill Lane with the cemetery on the left and this curious round building on the corner. And this sign shows the quite extensive Roman fort that was here at Mancetter. I'm just going to see what I can see on this walk. So the first thing I can see is somebody's got flowers on a roof. Not quite sure what they are. Well, as you can see, this is called Mill Lane, and this, I understand, would have been the mill, and that's called Mill House. And this is a little mill race coming off the River Anker, which would look down here to a big wheel. Here you can see remnants of where it will have been. Yeah, fascinating. Ooh. Ah, hello, Mr. Swan. You can't touch me, he says. I'm owned by the king. And here we are by the lovely River Anker. I say lovely, it is actually quite clean and quite large too here. There has been quite a lot of rain. I have done a video about this place before now, and so I can't find it to give a reference to it, a link to it. But I have done. But this time I'm just going to take a walk. I have the opportunity this afternoon, so long as it doesn't rain. Got me brolly with me. Good grief. Hey, it's July and the weather's awful at the moment. It claims to be getting better before too long. But all the vegetation's out. The grasses are high. Leaves are on the trees. It's really quite nice. It's not cold, but and I've got my drone with me, but I'm not sure if we're going to fly. It's sort of trying to rain again. But I'm going to take a walk up the fields, along the footpath, and then along next to the river as well, here at Mancetter. But let me just repeat a little piece that I've done before about this site. And that is, of course, that this area, they reckon in about the year 60 or whatever it was, AD, which is 2,000 years ago, that this is where Queen Boudicca of the Iceni tribe met her terrible end. It was the occupation of the Romans, and she was instrumental in fighting against them. Completely sacked Colchester, I understand, at some point. And then the only information is that she made her way up the Roman road, which is the Watling Street, which I can just about hear, and waited with a lot of followers, heavily outnumbering the Romans, waiting for them to come along and ambush them and finish them off. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. They were all slaughtered. That's the Britons were, and eventually, before too long, Boudica herself died. Whether she committed suicide or whatever is not quite sure. But anyway, she didn't win. I am gambling with the weather this afternoon because there's still light rain But you can see over there it's quite grey over near Hartshill. In fact, it's even greyer over there. So I've got my brolly with me. I've got the drone, but if it rains, it's no go. So this is a footpath. I'll show you on the map. This is a footpath that goes from Mancetter right over towards the A5, which is the old Roman road. So, and it's fairly well worn, so people do use it. It then loops round over to the, what would that be, the east, over towards Woodford Lane, and then you can come back next to the River Anker, and that is really, really pleasant. So I'm looking forward to that. That's not officially a public footpath, but I was this way a couple of years ago, and there was a gentleman walking this way who was one of the local parish councillors, I think, and he was explaining that this is a way for the farmer has let us walk along by the side of the river. It floods there anyway, so he doesn't make a lot of use of that land for crops, although it's full of a wheat crop at the moment, as you can see. Look at this. But there's a very nice walk from the far end of here, which is about a mile away, to come back along the side of the River Anker. And that's what I intend to do. But let's just see what we can see. So far, not a lot to report. But I've got my lunch, I've got my little chair, so I'm going to sit down in a bit. Suitable spot. Looks not too bad here, actually. Or shall I wait till I get to the river? I'm still okay, I'll keep going. Now, if I come across a plant, flower in particular, like this rather nice blue one here, I'm not sure what it is, just with my trusty Apple phone, take a picture of it, or indeed picture this and then take a picture of it. I've got 5G connection, so should be good. It will then identify the flower for me, and this is, even though the flower is blue, it's called green alkanet. Just show you that. But I can also the latest software for Apple will take the photograph of a plant. When you take a photograph of a plant, will show you a reference, because it recognises you've got put a plant there, an animal, a tree, whatever it is, an insect, butterfly. It's amazing. And it will say, oh, let's look at the information on that and look up what it is. Let me just say something about Buddleia. Here it is, growing on the wild side of this garden wall. It grows just all on its own. We tried to grow one of these in our garden because it attracts butterflies, but it just wouldn't survive. And yet this one is obviously thriving on neglect. And they'll grow out cracks in walls, all sorts of things, near railway lines as well. Look at all these blackberry flowers. Wonderful. Now we're getting closer to the A5, the Watling Street, the old Roman road, and there are some mole hills here. You don't often see moles because they're underground all the time, but fascinating the way they dig these mounds out to excavate their tunnels. Gives you a good idea of the soil type, and that looks very dark and rich, doesn't it? Really rather nice. I've always wanted to fly the drone round the Bull Inn on the A5. It was a lovely pub. I've had a number of meals there with friends and even played a musical gig there with my friend Eric. And now it's completely dilapidated. It was hit by a fire. It's completely empty and derelict and just falling down. Such a pity. Very fine. It almost stopped raining now actually, but there's black clouds over there, so I was lucky to get that in. But yeah, sad sight of the Bull over there, the pub. Yeah, we've had, I mean, we used it. I played a gig there. I played a St. Patrick's Day gig there with a friend, with Eric. We had a reunion meal there, very good it was, and it had a good reputation for its food. But as many pubs have had happen to them, they go out of business for various reasons, and they end up derelict. And the brewers who actually own the buildings usually and the land, they sit on it until they can get a good offer. I don't know who'd want a house right next to the A5 like that, but it's not. It did have a fire because some idiots will have gone and stripped out all the copper and pinched all the valuable bits out of it, and then, almost for the fun of it, will have also set it on fire, which they did. So it's a bit of a sorry state. Yeah, the Bull on the A5, it's gone. So I'm making my way now along this farm track. The farm is over there. There's a field full of wheat which looks very healthy, I have to say. And yeah, the footpath goes off this way, off towards the direction of the garden centre, the Dobbies Garden Centre. And then we can loop round back by the river. I'm fairly sure I can hear a skylark. Yeah, although how it manages to nest in a field full of wheat, I'm not sure. Do skylarks nest in fields of wheat? Don't know. Hey up. Mr. Amazon Man. Let me say something about Amazon. They're brilliant. How do they do it? I mean, they deliver every day and you can order stuff. I could order something now, walking along a farm track in the middle of a countryside, as long as I've got the internet or a mobile connection, and I can order something and it'll be with me tomorrow. It's brilliant. And if you want to send something back, which I've just done, they send you a code, pop it back to the post office, and away it goes. Very, very good. And sometimes, and I'll put this down for the record of the date, here in 2024, Amazon, if you need to return something and it's not expensive, or something else happens of a more expensive item, which happened to me, they say just keep it. They don't care. It's not worth their while handling it, paying for it to be sent back. So if it's under £10, you might be able to not get away with, but if you need to return anything, it doesn't cost you anything. I would suspect that if you return things too often on that basis, they might be suspicious. But I do it in all honesty. So Yeah, it's a very, very good company. And some might say that they don't pay the workers very well. Although I've heard there have been some strikes because of that. But there's also been some publicity of them paying over the odds, you know, more than the minimum wage. So, whatever the case, it has seriously changed retail on the high street. Who would have thought I was going to be talking about retail on the high street and its demise and the glories of Amazon and other companies, but Amazon in particular, while I'm going on a rural walk.
And then as the Amazon van came back again, a lovely fellow called Shimon was fascinated by my filming, and we had a little chat.
So what's your name?
Shimon.
Shimon.
Yeah.
Now then, I've just said, I think Amazon is brilliant because you can. I've ordered stuff just yesterday. I sent for something. It was the wrong size, so I sent it back today, and it's going to. The new one's going to come today. So I ordered it yesterday. The high street is changing because of Amazon. Yeah, I mean I can order stuff stood here in the middle of a bloody field.
Yeah, anyway.
So I was saying, it's great the way it works for me as a customer. How is it as an employee? Is it paid well? Is it above average?
Reasonable, but with Amazon drivers, they're not actually employed by Amazon. It's a third-party company that works with Amazon to deliver parcels.
Okay.
So it's not bad. The pay's okay, but you get a lot of parcels. Like today, for example, I've just started and I've got 300 parcels to deliver. Yeah.
And if they're like this, all the way down the bottom, if the houses next to each other or one street after another.
Sort of like farms and all spread out. So
well, that's going to take you forever.
Yeah, it's like a 9-hour route.
Wow. Yeah. So how long will you be going on to tonight?
Whenever I finish, I'll try to get done as quick as possible.
Before midnight?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be finished by 8.
Yeah, I never see the same guy twice. Are you on a certain route or whatever?
You get different routes every day.
Yeah, because I never see the same person.
Yeah.
I mean, I see my post lady who delivers to us, so I know who she is.
Yeah, but it's different every day for everyone.
Yeah,
so.
Well, rest assured, last Christmas I gave a tip to one of your colleagues. God knows who it was though.
Yeah. So I worked through last Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Hey, a job's a job.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm going to say keeps you off the streets, but it don't keep you on the streets.
Yeah.
You better get going then.
Yeah, can I give a shout out to my mate?
Yeah, go on.
Shout out Lupe, bad boy from Radford. Big up Josh, big up Slim Slady. So
there you go.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Is that going to be on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome,
you take care then, mate. Okay. Thanks a lot. Ta-da. You never know what you're going to end up with. I've come here to give you a taste of the countryside, and I've given you a taste of Amazon. And he was more than happy to go online, which was great because I think youngsters are like that. If it's older people, they're a bit suspicious of it, but he don't care. Stick it on. He's doing his job, doing it well. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. All the best, my friend. Well done. Right, back to nature. Look at this tree. Completely shot. But old trees are very good for wildlife. And I see that, look, there's quite a nice bird box here. And I think there's another one on the other side. So I'm not going to disturb it. It's always interesting to see that people are keen to put bird boxes. And there's another one on this tree, look. Very good. I should get my feet and trousers completely wet just for you. There are 2 bird boxes here.
As I edit this video, I can clearly see the bird box furthest away has got a cobweb over the front, but the nearer ones had some activity around the hole, as you can see.
They might be occupied, so I won't disturb them. I seem to recall the last time I did do a video around here, I got extremely wet trousers and it looks like the same thing's going to happen again. Fortunately, my Doc Martens are up for it. I've got some fairly thick socks on, and my Doc Martens are well worn in, so I can take anything now, absolutely anything. Here's an interesting grass. Lots of grasses along it, all in flower. These are their flowers, believe it or not. Look at the lovely colour of this one. Super. Let's find out what it is. And of course you all knew what it was. All together now. Colonial Bentgrass. What a name. That's fantastic. I've seen it before. There's dozens of grasses in the countryside, and we just assume they're all just grasses of different sorts. But these are the flowers of the grasses, which then produce the pollen, which annoys people. Fortunately, it doesn't annoy me too much. But yeah, all the way along here, look at this. Colonial Bentgrass. Love it. Well, fortunately, the grass is now a lot shorter, but my trousers, look at this. I might as well have jumped in the river. Talking of the river, here it is. Oh, and I have to say, despite the fact that this water, if you follow all my other videos, this is the River Anker, and it's come quite a distance before it gets here, and it's also gone past the sewage works, which is just over here. That's another story. But it is really quite clear, and the weed is growing, and there are fish here, bird life. It's just really rather pleasant. Ooh, sinking in. I'm going to put my hat back on, so it's sort of starting to rain. Not heavy, but it's light. Oh dear. And yeah, the seat's good, as you can see, does the job. However, the ground is a little bit soft, and the legs are sinking into it. And me being the lightweight that I am, I don't know why it's doing that. Actually, I put weight on from last Christmas, and then again at Easter. I blame the church myself. That's why I put weight on. It's their fault. But if it does rain, it'll be good, because it'll justify my hurling the brolly along with me this far. So if it does rain, mind you, my legs, socks, tops of my socks, bottom of my trousers completely soaked. Where's them sandwiches? Cheese and pickle. No, what am I saying? Cheese and beetroot. Cheese and pickle's good, but cheese and beetroot, even better. The time has come. Well, that's lunch done and dusted. Ready to go. Not a trace. Let's press on through this gate and follow the river. Oh, nettles, I hate them. Well, I've just checked out this tree, and it's an eastern cottonwood. Apparently it's huge, but look how it's spread. I mean, the trunk is very low down to the ground and it's virtually in the water, and this branch comes right out over here. Look, eastern cottonwood. All praise be to the internet. Let's move on. Well, this is a very pretty plant, and it's following what is a sort of stream going into the river. So let's check out what it is.
It's called Curly Dock. So now you know.
There's a bit of a theory that so long as animals like this are well fed, well watered, and not in danger, that they're happy. I think they could look a bit bored, to be honest, but there you go. Oh, that put me Doc Martens to the test. 90% good. We've had a fair bit of rain of late. It's not been a very good summer, and you can see over here on the other side of the river, the field's completely flooded. The landowners know that it's going to be like this, so they don't do anything else with the land. Folks, I hope you enjoyed that. A walk out in the rain next to the, oh dear, come here, next to the River Anker here at Mancetter. Oh, things I do for you. Okay, you will see me next time. Okay, bye bye.
Oh, I forgot to say thank you very much for watching, and do comment below. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. Okay, bye bye.